no therapist, so y'all will be my therapy. Okay? And that, my friends, is when I learned that I am the table. So what are you gonna bring to me? If it doesn't bear fruit, I don't wanna do it. So today is just gonna be like a rant session, a venting session while I do my makeup. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video. I don't know if it's going to be the life of a girl in her 20s just trying to figure it out, or I was gonna say visual diaries, but to me, I thought visual diaries was like you seeing them talk about something. Apparently, that's like kind of like a vlog. So I'm probably gonna say audio diary series. I don't know. Maybe, but I think what I'm gonna do is every couple weeks or maybe every week, I'll sit down, do my makeup or skincare, maybe put on a mask or something, and I'll just talk about some things that are on my mind, because what better place to do it now than on YouTube? Because I ain't got no therapist, so y'all will be my therapy. Okay? So, we're gonna be doing a very quick and easy, simple makeup look. I just wanted to get on here and really just talk a little bit about what has been on my mind here lately, at least today. Disclaimer, y'all, I'm tired a little bit. So I already stutter. So if I stutter more than usual, or if you think some things don't make sense, that's what venting and ranting is. Okay, that's just what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk, we're gonna do makeup, everything in one. And I don't care if I have one viewer. Girl, I hope we can connect. Comment down below if you can relate to anything I'm talking about in this video. So as a girl in her early 20s, I turned 21 back in November 2023. And life has just been lifing. This past year has been absolutely insane, you guys. Highs and lows, highs and lows. I mean, I could give you a timeline of the different things that's been going on in my life for the past year. Nothing too crazy. I feel like it's regular adult life and type thing. But honestly, y'all, I've experienced a lot of firsts that I didn't think I would experience in the way that I experienced it. So it took me for a loop. Number one being I graduated college 2 years earlier. So I went to early college and high school, so I was able to graduate from college 2 years earlier. I graduated from North Carolina State University in Raleigh, North Carolina, with my bachelor's of arts in psychology, general psychology. But I've taken all of the, you know, kind of like the specialty courses: abnormal psych, business psych, which is industrial and organizational psych. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But yeah, I got an education. And I don't know, ever since I graduated college, everything been on the up and up, far as me being an independent woman. So shortly after I graduated, which was already in the plans, me and my roommate moved to Atlanta, which was already in our plans when we were in the dorm, because we're here to pursue film. So, you know, and on top of that, I want my own production company, so it's a lot. I also met and got into a relationship with my first boyfriend last summer. I met him in June. We were talking up until August when he asked me to be his girlfriend. And then our relationship lasted a month. And then we broke up, which I know it don't sound like, now looking back, I was like, dang, it really wasn't that long, but it felt like a lot, especially because it was my first everything. And disclaimer, okay, if you're here to judge or to nitpick at what I'm saying, go ahead and click off. I don't even want your watch hour. I don't want your view. I want it because this is for my girls who just trying to figure out life. Like, you're experiencing things you never experienced. And you need somebody that can relate and won't judge you for it. And just want to talk about it, because y'all, I'm all down for responding in the comments. If you don't know, on my TikTok, I respond very, very fast. Very fast. I love interaction. I love engagement more than I like views, more than I would like subscribers. I want engagement, okay? So if you're here to judge me or the people in my comments, go ahead and click off. It was a very quick relationship. He was my first everything. And then in November, well, I'm skipping things because I got my first dog and my first puppy in May, the same week I graduated. And that was different because if you don't know me, I was very, very afraid of dogs, and I'm still very afraid of cats. So it was a big thing. My family was like, girl, I got a dog. I was like, yeah, I got a dog. So it was a very big thing. And then in October, for many reasons that I will disclose in another video, if you guys would like to know my story about rehoming Maverick, my baby child, I love him still. But if y'all like a story time on that, if y'all like a story time of how I got him, the journey leading up, getting him, first week, first months, then shortly 6 months later, I rehomed him. But it all worked out for the better because he is in a nice big home. He now has siblings, so I guess it all worked out. So anyway, then I got my dog away. Then dealing with like family issues around the same time, and then turning 21 and having this sort of like awakening, like, and it's not even about drinking, because honey, drinks, I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna say, but like drinking will always be there, you know what I mean? I like to drink, don't get me wrong, and I was looking forward to drinking, but that's not why I turned 21 in retrospect. Now that I'm thinking back at it, the drinking aspect of turning 21 isn't like the oh my god moment that you think it is. Because for me, just the sheer thought of, oh my gosh, my life is 100% in my hands. It's up to me to do blase. I gotta make the most of my life. I'm 21, I'm 9 years away from 30. What am I gonna do in my 20s that's gonna count for the rest of my life and that's gonna impact my whole entire family? I need to figure that out. That's the awakening and the thing about turning 21 or just entering into your 20s and maybe deeper. I'm sure 25-year-olds have a whole different story, but for me, that's what 21 was. So wrapping my head around all of that. Then on top of that, on Christmas Eve, I found out some very devastating information pertaining to my previous relationship that I will not disclose on this video because it really doesn't even matter at this point. So it broke me. That's the point. What I found out on Christmas Eve pertaining to a certain situation could have broke me for life. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm dramatic. I'm a Scorpio, you know? I know it sounds dramatic, but y'all, he was my first everything. Like, when you get into that mindset of, okay, this may be the person I'm going to try and put 150% of my effort into because I want a relationship with that person, then you're gonna do what you gotta do, you know? You're gonna do what you gotta do, and your whole entire brain structure changes, especially when you're so young and you're a late bloomer and you have no experience and somebody gives you that attention and they hyping you up. There's nothing that can really be said that's gonna change your mind. Let's be honest. And that was definitely the case for me. Definitely. Because I think I just now got to the point like a couple weeks ago where I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, I think at the beginning it was me not knowing my value, like within the actual relationship. But then afterwards, it's just the fact of me realizing people are really trash. Like, certain people have trash characteristics there. I'm not gonna cuss in this video because it's YouTube, but people are terrible sometimes. Terrible. I'm not gonna say like I hate people or anything, but people are a mess. But anyway, yeah, so I got to the point where in January, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose all this weight and I'm gonna be this certain body type and I'm gonna change how I dress and I'm gonna do my nails and all this type of stuff that I was promising myself that I was gonna do. And I'm, just saying, I'm gonna prove these people wrong. I'm gonna get my business off the ground. My film career gonna be, people not gonna see me until I get my Oscar. All of these things, which, don't get me wrong, I still want the film career. I still want the Oscar. I want the influence to be able to inspire people and to change generations, previous and future. But at the end of the day, I had to realize that everything that I was thinking about surrounding everyone that may have betrayed me, or people that came into my life and left, or treated me like I wasn't valuable, what I had to realize is the project is not surrounding them, it's surrounding you. How you see you, not how they see you. So how do I see myself? At that point, January, February, I was really in the point of like, okay, Michaela, you know you're pretty, you know you're valuable, but what do you really bring to the table? And that, my friends, is when I learned that I am the table. So what are you gonna bring to me? That's what I had to learn. And I got to this point where, okay, so how can I water my own flower? How can I do this? How can I do that? And I just realized, and I came to this realization that I need to be spiritually fed. I've said this before on my channel, and I'm gonna say it again. I do not consider myself religious by any means. I value Christian values because I grew up Christian. I respect religion. I respect all religions and all spiritual practices because, in my opinion, everybody gets closer to God in their own way. And there's nothing I can say, there's nothing that you can say to anybody else that's going to change that. The way God is presented to them is going to be a lot different than how he was presented to me. Me personally, I wasn't presented to God through church. I was presented to God in the comfort of my bed. Now, I'm not saying don't go to church. I'm not saying go to another religion. I'm not saying don't be Christian. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying I didn't feel the presence of God until I was at my lowest of low. And I remember I was either in middle school or high school, and I felt the Spirit of the Lord in my heart. Like, I felt God. I felt his entire presence all through the universe. Like, I promise you, that was my experience. That's how God came to me, and I'm building my relationship with him. I just felt like in February, January, I really needed to be spiritually fed. So I found a church here near Atlanta. I went. His name is Pastor Darius Daniels. I'm not even including another major factor that went into my mental health and what was going on last year. I was in a terrible working environment. Okay, I was in a terrible working environment, okay? I worked for a temp agency. And literally, my manager was very disrespectful. I did not like how she handled management whatsoever. The people, I worked in the office, so it was only 3 other women and the manager. And I want to put this in perspective. I'm not making any generalized statements, but I was the only black woman working, not only in that warehouse, but also in the office. And the only time I would see like black women working, coming in from the warehouse to work through the temp agencies, was to work in the warehouse, not like actually doing physical labor, not in the office. That was me. So you can imagine, girl, that's why I can't talk to her because what's going on? So you can imagine how I would feel when certain things was happening. Then I started to realize what was going on, and I just felt like she didn't know how to talk to really anybody. Like, she had a very nasty attitude, and I actually confronted her about that before I transitioned to my job I'm at now, and I started that in January. So I feel like with the new job, with releasing of my relationship, starting to accept what was going on, going to church, I think that was just the catalyst of my new life. And what I'm living here in 2024, and it kind of just laid the foundations. But I'm so glad I went through 2023, so that now when I'm on my YouTube channel here in 2024, I can be a guide to you guys. You know what I mean? As much as I can be. I'm not an expert, but you know. Yeah, I know there's videos everywhere, but it's gonna all come together. My point is, I feel like so many changes were happening in 2023 that now in 2024, I have this notion of, hey, if it doesn't bear fruit, I don't want to do it. If it's not going to benefit me positively, not being selfish, but if it's not going to benefit me positively, I don't want a hand in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still learning people pleasing, my habit of people pleasing. I'm learning all these things about me and unlearning the bad things. And I feel like this is the year. I just feel like 2024 is my year. We're already in May. And I feel like I'm kind of failing. So I'm sitting at work today and I keep refreshing my YouTube Studio app because I'm trying to see, okay, where's my YouTube video at that I posted this morning, which is the video before this. Go check it out. If you have not watched my Clean With Me video, please go click right here and watch it for me, please. Comment, like, and share, and subscribe if you have not. But yeah, I was just looking and I'm like, oh my God, it's only one like. I do have 15 views. I don't have no comments. And I told myself I'm not gonna delete. I'm not gonna delete and re-upload if the view count is low. I'm just gonna deal with it. But I kind of got a little discouraged because I'm at 42 subscribers. I haven't really went up. But I feel like 42 subscribers in 1 month is good, but I want to be at 500 by the end of May. I set unrealistic goals because I serve a God of the impossible. Amen. Amen. I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing. What direction do I want to go into? Because I know exactly what I want my career. Like, I can see the vision of my career. I can see my production company with hundreds and hundreds of acres and many films coming out a year and aiding communities and being a philanthropist and humanitarian. And I guess I'm just trying to piece together how YouTube is all gonna weave in. Because I came into it with the purpose of inspiring others and building a family, a digital family for when my films come out. It's like, hey, y'all already know me. Well, y'all like my films? Can y'all go check it out? You know, that type of thing. So I just wanna make sure I'm keeping, that mindset. And I have a business mind. I'm business driven. I want to have my own production company. I want it to be successful. I want to be a filmmaker, an executive producer, a director, all of those things, right? I just want to make sure that I'm tending to that as much as possible. And my biggest fear of starting this YouTube channel was YouTube being a distraction from film or a safe space. I graduated school 2 years early, which was unsafe. I moved 2 states over 2 months after graduating, which is unsafe. I quit my job and stepped out on faith to find a job after months of job application rejections. That was not safe. So I don't want to pick a hobby, not even a hobby. Like, this is a passion, this is a purpose I feel like is connected and related to my film purpose and my business purpose and my humanitarian purpose. But I don't want to do the safe route. I never want to do the safe route. Because what do you learn when it's safe? First of all, I don't think God would ever let me do the safe route. He wouldn't let me be successful in something. Because one thing about my God, he don't let me have nothing I'm not supposed to have. Nothing. So when people walk out of my life and I don't get opportunities, I can't be sad for long because God is too good. But yeah, I'm trying to get out of that mindset of just being discouraged about this YouTube thing. I don't know. I just don't want to do that. I want to be as positive about it. You're not set on quantity, you're set on quality. Maybe something I say, maybe something I do, maybe something I've accomplished will inspire you to do something. Because when I get off of work, I'm turning on YouTube and I'm watching daily vlogs that are lifestyle vlogs because I just like seeing people's lives. I like to see how other people live. If you want to know any of the products that I'm using in this video, please go to my everyday makeup routine that I posted last Wednesday. It has all the products and it kind of has my technique. I know right now I'm just talking, so if you want to see that, you can go to that video and watch it and comment and let me know what you think about the look. What else are you really here to do other than our purpose? Life will be very, very boring. Very boring if we just all did 9 to 5s or we were all entrepreneurs. So you gotta find what you like. You gotta find what makes you happy. That's my opinion. And on top of that, You cannot let other people encourage your thoughts or your actions. If I would listen to people when I told my family that I wanted to graduate 2 years early from college, you know how many people told me not to do it? So many people said, oh, you need to enjoy your college years. You need to go out more and make friends. And I'm like, well, I could have my adult life. You know what I mean? Now looking back, granted, I could have enjoyed college a lot more, but it is what it is now. My point is, you cannot be focused on other people's opinions or what they do. You just can't. Live your life for you. Oh my God, so I realized on one of my TikToks, there was an eyelash stuck on this mirror. Go to my TikTok. If anybody can find it, come back to this video and comment. It's on the one I did with my roommate when she was putting on my lashes. There was a strip lash on here. And I looked back at the video and I was like, oh my God, that looks so tacky. You look so ghetto. Oh my God. But come back, go look at that video on my TikTok, come back and then comment if you found it. Life is worth living. The quote I'm starting to live by now is, it is a bad day, not a bad life. Because I'm the type of person, if one bad thing goes wrong, that's going to trickle down into everything that's going wrong. All of this is bad. I hate everybody. And oh my God, I'm such a terrible person. Oh my God, I'm ugly. Oh my God, I'm fat. Girl, your keys drop at the door. How you get that you fat? Like, you know what I mean? It's just, sometimes we hype stuff up too much. And that's from me. I know I do that shit. I'm just dramatic. But you can't always live that way. You have to just let it roll off your shoulders. Oh my gosh, my mom taught me this really, really good technique that actually works. Anybody that is anxious or overthinks, this is a really good technique for you. So she said you would close your eyes, and this I like to do when I'm laying down. Close your eyes, and whatever thought or situation that's just sitting in the front of your mind, imagine that at the center of your mind, and there's a box at the top right or left. You're going to, with your mind, drag that thing in that situation into that box and leave it there. Leave it there. And I promise you, every single time I'm overthinking about something or I'm upset and I do that, it works. I have a really bad habit of holding on to things and holding grudges. So you doing that exercise really, really works. And she got her master's in sociology and her bachelor's in psychology, so she knows what she's talking about. Period. Fight and escape. Whether that be a hobby or a thing that you do. I like doing my makeup. But sometimes it be feeling overwhelming because I feel like when it don't come out right, I be feeling bad about myself. But I love putting on makeup. Find something that's just like a release. And whenever you're overthinking or you're anxious, do that hobby. Or research that day. Or do that workout. Or read that book. Find something that'll get your mind off of everything. Hobbies are essential. People think a lot of hobbies are supposed to be for old people when they retire. Girl, it's essential for your 20s. I wish I did read more, honestly. I really did. Okay. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know my commentary was all over the place, but I really just needed to rant and to vent. I really hope you could take a piece of advice or just do something with the information that I shared. If you want any story times on any of the topics that I touched on, just comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.